And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the
classic. Time.
Hello vinyl community, Alex back again with another video. This video is a little bit different to what I'd normally do, but I enjoy watching these videos when other people put them out, so I figured that I'll do this video. Just as a little disclaimer, you can obviously tell from the title, this is the 10 most expensive records in my collection, but I don't buy vinyl to, you know, for the value of it. I buy it to listen to. So that's just something to remember. In addition to that, I've also gone off the medium price, because I know everything in here has been opened. Not everything in here is in the perfect condition, but I'm just going off of what Discogs says as the medium price. So that's what I'm going off, because that's what everybody else goes off when they do these videos. And there's going to be some really surprising ones in here. I'll quickly give you a short little list of some of the albums that didn't quite make the top 10. I'm going to do the top 10 here, but I will give you a list of some of the albums that didn't quite make the list. Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin was just short. Ventura by Anderson .Paak on the Milky Clear vinyl. That was the Urban Outfitters exclusive. That didn't quite make the list. Star Wars: The Force Awakens soundtrack with the hologram on the disc and the etching on one of the sides. That didn't quite make the list. Yeah, there's a few. Sting's 10 Summer's Tale, Gang Starr's Moment of Truth. All of them are just short of the list. If I look down, I've got my phone on my lap for notes and stuff. But yeah, they're the ones that didn't quite make the list. So let's go through it. The top 10. Some of these will be surprising as well, because of what they are. But in number 10 is Guru, Jazzmatazz. This is a music on vinyl reissue from 2018. This was a great reissue. I remember I've done an unboxing of this video, in case you're wondering. But the median price on Discogs is £45 here on this one. Lowest it's ever sold for was 18, highest it sold for is 60. So yeah, there's quite a gap between lowest and the average. The average is what I'm going off, and the last one that sold was on the 6th of December 2020 for $44.51. This is the blue vinyl edition. I don't know if there was a coloured vinyl, but what I do know is there was a box set with B-sides and remixes on it, and that goes for a lot more than this one does. So I kind of regret not going for the box set and just going for the bog standard reissue, but this is a fantastic reissue nonetheless. And this is number 2995. I don't know how many were pressed up, but obviously the lower the number on some albums can also reflect in the price. The lower the number, the higher the price. I mean, let's just take a look at the White Album, for example, the most obvious example. But yeah, Guru's Jazzmatazz is at number 5. Don't know why that reissue is so expensive, but just an incredible one. This one really surprised me, my number 9. It's Queen, Night at the Opera. Very, very surprising here. It's the embossed version with the gatefold cover. Now, there's going to be quite a gap here between the lowest, the average, and the highest. This and 8 were probably the two hardest ones to price, I guess. But Queen's Night at the Opera, the average is £51. The lowest is 8, and the highest it sold for was 110. So I don't know if they're signed copies or if that's just someone who really wants the album. but it's mad what this album sells for. The last one that sold, according to my notes, was on the 23rd of December 2020 for £70.33, which I think's a bit extravagant for this album. Don't know if it was signed, don't know if it was a promo copy or what, but apparently this album you can get quite a bit of money for it now. So there it is. Number 8 was even harder to price than that. It's the Beatles, Rubber Soul. This is the loud cut Garrett and Lofthouse print of this. I don't know if that means anything to you Beatles collectors. Let me know if that means anything. Yeah, this is obviously a mono issue, and again has such a massive, it's so diverse in the pricing, it's unreal. Average price is £58, lowest is 15, highest is 115, and the last time this album sold was on the 11th of December 2020 for £25, so it fluctuates massively. I know this copy's not the best shape, as you can probably tell from the cover, but that is the gist of what this particular pressing goes for, and it's pretty crazy. I was impressed. I was blown away. But yeah, that's number 8. Number 7 was actually a little bit surprising, but kind of not, considering it came out in 2009 originally. That's the 12-inch single for Halo by Beyonce. I am a big Beyonce fan, particularly her early stuff. I love it. So obviously I had to grab this when it came through. The average price again is 56. The lowest is 40 and the highest is 178. So again, quite a big gap between average and highest. The last time it sold was the 2nd of December 2020 for £178.05. There's currently 2 on Discogs as well. I normally don't price things up on Discogs. I literally just have it to log in, to catalog what I have. But there's currently 2 on Discogs. One's in Japan at £73.72. The other one is in the UK for £180. But apparently people are willing to pay that much for this. So incredible 12-inch. I really like it. Like I said, I don't have things for their value. I just have things because I want to play them. And yeah, being a big Beyonce fan, I like this one a lot. So had to have that. It's incredible. That one really did surprise me. So that was 7. At 6. This one may not be as surprising because this is a 90s album. It's the Smashing Pumpkins debut Gish. 59 is the average, 45 is the lowest, 100 is the highest, so not the biggest gap here. But the last that sold was on the 4th of December 2020 for £55. And currently the lowest on Discogs is £65 in France, £75 in the UK. Is the lowest currently that this album's for sale for. I think it's incredible. This is the only album in the Smashing Pumpkins I've really checked out properly, but I really enjoyed it, and so I have it. And that one kind of wasn't surprising as such because it's a 90s album, and obviously 90s vinyl is very scarce these days. But my number 5 was a huge surprise. It's Travis Scott, Astro World, what's called as the night cover. The original cover that was later on banned because there are there's mild nudity on the cover, and so it was banned. This is a hip hop album from 2018, and because of the cover alone, the average on Discogs is £69, lowest is 36, and the highest is 114 for this. Last one sold on the 15th of December for £87.60. So yeah, brilliant. An album that's nearly 3 years old, or will be 3 years old, and is already going up to triple figures. It's crazy. And the only one currently in the UK is £350. But yeah, Travis Scott's Astro World is at number 5. That was quite surprising to discover that, because it's only 2 years old, just over 2 years old, and already is the 5th most expensive thing in my collection. So that was pretty surprising. Number 4, wasn't surprising at all. Stevie Wonder, Talking Book, but the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab copy of this album. Much like Guru from earlier, the lower the number on these, the higher the price will be. This is number 5,569. Don't know how many of these they did, but the average is 71, lowest is 55, highest is 106. Last one sold on the 19th of December 2020 for $77.92. So there is that. Again, not a surprising one, because some of these Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab pressings fetch for a lot of money. This one's not the most expensive one I've ever seen, but hey, there it is. Number 3 was also not surprising. Well, kind of was, because wasn't because of the time period, but wasn't because I seem to see this quite, a lot cheaper than what it is online. It's the soundtrack to The Dark Knight. This came out in 2008, so I grew up throughout my entire pre-teens and my teens watching this film, and it doesn't have all the music from the film because the film is about 2.5 hours long, and this is about an hour long album, so it doesn't quite have everything on it from the soundtrack, but it does fluctuate in price quite a bit, which is what really surprised me, because on average this is sold for £80 on Discogs, with the lowest being 18 and the highest being 209. And the last one that sold was on the 29th of December 2020 for $37.38. So that's why it really surprised me, because it fluctuates in price just about as much as the Beatles and Queen does. But yeah, for the time period it came out, it wasn't surprising, but I was also quite surprised because I've seen this a lot cheaper than, what it's listing for on Discogs. So, but yeah, that's the 3rd most expensive album in my collection according to Discogs. Number 2, excuse me, so sorry, is another really surprising one. It's Sade, Love Deluxe. Much like The Dark Knight wasn't surprising because of the time period, came out in 1992. This has been reissued recently at the end of last year, so I'm not surprised if the price of this has gone down, but on average it's sold for 80, lowest is 45, highest is 106, and the last one that sold was on the 8th of December 2020 for £55. So it's already going down in price by the looks of it, but it also looks like it's still fluctuating a little bit. My favourite Sade album, so obviously I had to have an original of this one, but just incredible. Very surprising that on some of these prices of this album, so I'm quite glad that one gets included, for obvious reasons. But number one, should be no surprises here that this is the most expensive one in my collection, is Black Sabbath Master of Reality. This one is quite weird because although this is on the Vertigo Swirl label, and I believe a first pressing with the embossed cover, it does not have the poster, and the poster for this can be the difference between this being a double figure album and a triple figure album. On average it's 108, lowest is 20, and the highest is 300. So that's sort of the difference between not just the condition of this, but also it having a poster inside it as well. The last one sold on the 20th of December 2020 for £26.70, and they fluctuate so much on Discogs, it's unreal. But yeah, mine unfortunately does not have the poster in it, so it's not quite the £300 album that Discogs makes it out to be. But despite the cover being a little bit rough, the vinyl is more or less spot on, so it's still I would say it's still quite a double figure album, but doesn't quite reach into the triple figures. But still great album, as you probably all know, and that is, according to Discogs, no matter if I put it at the average or the highest, it is the most expensive album in my collection, according to Discogs. So that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry that I don't know if this video was really interesting. I know I like watching these videos because I'm nosy and I like to see people's, through people's collections and see what their stuff's worth. But like I said at the beginning, I don't really buy vinyl for its value. I buy it because I want to listen to it. But with all that said, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new here, and make sure that bell's switched on so you never miss an upload. And with that, I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye!